Oh wow, what a fall from grace. Prince Harry didn't see this coming at all, but Australia didn't hold back for a second. What was supposed to be a feel-good comeback turned into something far more awkward and honestly, kind of brutal. The reaction to Meghan Markle wasn't just cold, it was impossible to ignore. Instead of cheers, there was distance. And now Prince Harry is heading home, feeling that sting, especially knowing most of it was aimed straight at his wife. Now flip it back to 2018, and the vibe was completely different, like night and day. Fresh off that fairy tale wedding, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle landed in Australia like full-on superstars. Sydney went wild, no joke. Crowds packed the streets. People waited for hours just to catch a quick glimpse, even just a second of eye contact. It felt unreal, like the kind of moment royals dream about but rarely get. That tour was their peak, their golden era, when everything just clicked and the world couldn't get enough of them. And then came the big moment that made everything even more special. During that same tour, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle shared their pregnancy news. And Australia got to hear it first. That hit deep. People felt included, like they were part of something personal and huge. The excitement was everywhere. The energy was electric, and the love felt genuine. At the time, it really looked like Australia had fully claimed them as their favorite royal duo. No doubts, no hesitation, just pure hype and admiration. But everything flipped the moment they stepped away from royal duties. No warning, just a total shift. The interviews, the massive deals, the Netflix documentaries, and all that non-stop media drama slowly changed how people saw them, piece by piece. What once felt exciting started to feel complicated, and the public wasn't looking at them the same anymore. For years, they stayed far from Australia, building a new life in California, deep in the celebrity scene. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made their home in Montecito their base. Their brand kept growing, and everything started revolving around that. Their high-profile lifestyle became the focus. So when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry finally came back this year, yet the vibe was completely different, and you could feel it instantly. This time, they didn't arrive as working royals tied to the monarchy. They came as celebrities, showing up for paid appearances. There was no official royal backing, no major palace charity programs, just a private trip that felt very different from before. And for a lot of Australians, that raised eyebrows fast. Some even started questioning whether this was more about business than anything else. The reaction kicked off before they even landed. A petition on change.org quickly surged past 40,000 signatures, with people made one thing very clear. They didn't want taxpayer money anywhere near this visit. That message hit hard for many. This wasn't a royal tour anymore. It looked like a personal, commercial move, and they weren't here for it. The backlash caught Meghan Markle's team off guard, no doubt. Their spokesperson jumped in quickly, stressing that everything was private. No government support, nothing official at all. But even with that damage control, the doubts didn't fade. If anything, they got louder. People kept asking the same question again and again. Why are they really here? Then came the arrival, and wow, the contrast with 2018 couldn't have been clearer. Gone were the massive crowds, the screaming fans, and the energy that once filled the streets. This time, appearances felt smaller and more controlled. Mostly people who were already nearby rather than showing up just for them. Meghan Markle kept that polished smile, of course, but observers noticed it right away. Something felt off. The spark, the hype, that electric connection from before, it wasn't there anymore. The atmosphere felt quieter, more cautious, almost like people were watching instead of celebrating. And the media didn't sugarcoat it at all. Some outlets straight up called it a cosplay royal tour. A visit that looked royal on the surface but didn't carry the real weight or excitement. That label spread fast, pushing the idea that the couple was trying to recreate those royal moments, just without the role that once made them feel authentic. Out on the streets, reactions were mixed at best, and that says everything. Instead of excitement, the mood felt off. A lot of locals weren't hyped. They were confused. People were literally asking what the point of the visit even was. Some even went as far as questioning why Meghan Markle was there at all. The big crowds she might have expected? Yeah, they just didn't show up. And to many watching, that silence spoke volumes. It looked like the Sussex brand wasn't hitting the same way in Australia anymore. And what made it even more intense was how visible that shift felt. This wasn't just a slight dip in energy, it was a full contrast to what people remembered. Back then, every appearance felt like a moment. Now it felt like people were standing back, watching, analyzing, and not fully buying in. That kind of reaction doesn't just happen randomly. It builds over time, and now it was playing out right in front of everyone. Things got even more awkward during Meghan Markle's main event, the Best Life Retreat. This was supposed to be one of the biggest highlights of the trip, built for around 300 people, but it didn't quite land like that. Reports hinted that tickets didn't sell out, and the turnout fell short of expectations. The room was only partly filled, and people noticed. That kind of visual says a lot without anyone needing to say a word. And let's be real, that kind of setting creates a vibe instantly. When an event is meant to feel exclusive and in demand but ends up with empty seats, it sends a very different message. It flips the whole energy. Instead of excitement, it raises questions. People start wondering whether the interest was ever really there, or if it was overestimated from the start. That gap between expectation and reality hit hard in that moment. And then came the criticism. Some attendees and observers felt the event was too centered on Meghan Markle herself, not really delivering the kind of value people were hoping for. At the same time, rumors started spreading that this trip wasn't just about speaking. It might have been a soft launch for her. Some believe Meghan Markle was testing the waters, seeing if Australians would buy into her future projects and products. That idea alone changed how people viewed everything she did during the visit. Suddenly, every appearance felt like it had a second layer. Every speech, every moment, every interaction. People started questioning whether it was genuine or part of something bigger. And once that kind of doubt creeps in, it's hard to shake. That's where things started getting messy. The trip was originally framed as a wellness-focused speaking engagement, but then the schedule added hospital visits and shelter appearances that didn't fully match that message. To some, those moments didn't feel natural, they felt staged. And that perception only added more doubt, making people question what was real and what was carefully planned for attention. And here's the thing. When the public starts to feel like something is too polished, it can backfire fast. What might have been intended as meaningful outreach suddenly gets seen as calculated. That doesn't mean everyone agreed, but enough people felt that way for it to shape the overall narrative. And once that narrative takes hold, it spreads quickly. As the days went on, the whole visit started to look less like a comeback and more like a promotional run that just wasn't connecting. The emotional bond they once had with the public felt distant, almost gone. And that shift didn't just affect Meghan Markle. Prince Harry was feeling it too. Prince Harry had his own moment in the spotlight with a mental health event where he was the keynote speaker. But even that hit a snag. Reports said ticket sales were low, forcing organizers to cut prices hard. From around $1,300 down to nearly $650 just to fill seats. Even with that drop, the event still struggled to reach full capacity. And that's a tough look. And that moment carried weight because Harry's identity for years was tied to connection. People showing up, listening, and supporting his causes. So when turnout drops like that, it doesn't just look bad. It feels like a shift in how the public engages with him. And that's not easy to ignore. For Prince Harry, this put him in a seriously uncomfortable position. This is the same man who used to be one of the most loved figures in the monarchy, pulling massive crowds without even trying. Now, smaller audiences, quieter receptions, and a vibe that just feels different. It's like he's caught in between, trying to stand strong in this new independent path, but also facing the reality that public demand isn't what it used to be. And people are noticing that tension more than ever. On one side, there's loyalty to Meghan Markle, to their shared vision, and to building something outside the royal system. But on the other side, there's public perception, expectations, and the pressure that comes with maintaining relevance on a global stage. Balancing those two worlds isn't simple at all. A lot of observers are saying the same thing. Prince Harry looks stuck between two identities, not fully royal anymore, but not completely embraced as a celebrity either. And this Australia trip put that struggle on full display. You could almost feel the tension, expectations on one side, reality on the other, and they didn't match up. And that mismatch creates a bigger question. If they're no longer operating as working royals but also not fully connecting as independent public figures, then where exactly do they fit? That uncertainty is what people are reacting to. It's not just about one trip, it's about identity, direction, and what comes next. The same country that once celebrated their love story with open arms now seems unsure about where they fit in. What was meant to rebuild their image ended up raising even bigger questions about their future and influence. And those questions aren't going away anytime soon. So now it comes down to this. What do you think about Australia's reaction to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry? Who really played the biggest role in this shift, Meghan Markle or Prince Harry himself?